Have you ever noticed that you've come to enjoy your alone time more as you get older? Maybe you don't feel the need to be around people as often, or perhaps you find comfort in quiet moments rather than crowded social gatherings. Some might think this means you're becoming withdrawn, but in reality, choosing to be alone in your later years is often a sign of great wisdom. While society tends to glorify being social and constantly connected, there's a deep sense of strength and understanding that comes with appreciating solitude. In this video, we'll explore 5 powerful reasons why seniors who enjoy being alone are incredibly wise. From valuing peace to embracing lifelong learning, each reason highlights how solitude in old age isn't about loneliness. It's about personal growth, emotional strength, and living life on your own terms. Stay with me until the end, because you may discover that your preference for solitude is actually one of the greatest advantages of aging well. Now let's get started. Number 1, you understand the value of peace. There comes a time in life when peace becomes more valuable than noise, and for many seniors, that time arrives in their later years. After decades of handling responsibilities, dealing with conflicts, and navigating the ups and downs of life, you realize that peace isn't just a luxury, it's a necessity. You've learned that unnecessary drama, constant distractions, and shallow interactions do nothing but drain your energy. Instead of filling your days with obligations that don't serve you, you now choose quality over quantity when it comes to how you spend your time and who you spend it with. Take 70-year-old Gerald, for example. In his younger years, he was always surrounded by people, co-workers, neighbors, acquaintances. He felt a sense of duty to be social, even when he didn't feel like it. But after retiring, he realized that many of those relationships were built on habit rather than true connection. He started saying no to events that didn't interest him and instead focused on the simple joys of solitude: a quiet morning walk, reading a book, or just sitting with his thoughts. And what he discovered was remarkable. He wasn't lonely at all. He was free. The ability to embrace solitude means you're comfortable enough with yourself that you don't need constant external stimulation to feel fulfilled. Many people fear being alone because they don't know how to sit with their own thoughts. But if you prefer your own company, it's a sign of emotional strength, independence, and wisdom. Instead of wasting energy trying to keep up with social obligations that don't bring you joy, you protect your peace, something that many people never learn to do. People who don't understand this might assume that enjoying time alone is the same as isolation, but there's a major difference. Isolation happens when someone feels disconnected and longs for companionship they don't have. Solitude, on the other hand, is a choice. It's the decision to step away from the unnecessary noise of the world and find comfort in stillness. And when you reach a point in life where you truly understand that peace is more valuable than pointless socializing, you've unlocked one of the greatest gifts of aging. Number 2, you have a strong sense of self. As you age, one of the greatest signs of wisdom is the ability to truly know yourself. When you were younger, you may have spent time worrying about what others thought of you, trying to fit into social circles, or seeking approval from family, friends, or colleagues. But now, you no longer feel the need to prove yourself to anyone. You've lived through enough experiences to understand who you are, what you want, and what you will and will not tolerate. And that kind of self-awareness is a rare and powerful thing. People who struggle with being alone often do so because they haven't built a strong relationship with themselves. They rely on others to fill the silence, to distract them from their own thoughts, or to give them a sense of identity. But if you genuinely enjoy your own company, it's because you've reached a level of self-acceptance and inner security that many people never achieve. Instead of looking outward for validation, you look inward and find contentment in simply being yourself. Consider 68-year-old Patricia. In her younger years, she was always surrounded by friends, constantly planning outings and making sure she was always busy. But as time went on, she realized that much of her socializing was done out of habit rather than genuine fulfillment. After her retirement, she started embracing more alone time, going for solo walks, enjoying peaceful mornings with her coffee, and even traveling by herself. What she found was that she didn't feel lonely at all. In fact, she felt more confident, more in tune with herself, and more free than ever before. When you know yourself well, you don't need external validation to feel whole. You are comfortable with your own thoughts, your own company, and your own decisions. This level of self-awareness allows you to make choices that align with what truly matters to you, rather than bending to societal expectations or pressure from others. You no longer waste time on activities or people who drain your energy because you understand that your time is too valuable to spend on anything that doesn't bring you peace and fulfillment. Some may wonder why you prefer solitude, but those who truly understand will see it for what it is, a sign of someone who has done the inner work, who has nothing to prove, and who finds joy in their own presence. And that is one of the greatest strengths a person can have. If you're still watching this video and finding these insights valuable, please comment number 2 below to let me know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support helps us continue creating good content to inform and inspire you. Now let's move forward. Number 3, you choose quality over quantity in relationships. As you grow older, one of the greatest realizations you come to is that not all relationships are worth maintaining. In your younger years, you may have spent time surrounded by acquaintances, co-workers, or people who came and went from your life without much meaning. But now you understand that what truly matters isn't how many people are in your life. It's the quality of the relationships you keep. Many people feel pressured to maintain social ties just because they've known someone for a long time, but wisdom teaches you that longevity doesn't always equal value. If a relationship doesn't bring mutual respect, support, or joy, then holding on to it out of obligation only drains your energy. This is why many seniors who prefer solitude aren't antisocial or lonely. They've simply outgrown shallow connections and prioritize deeper, more meaningful bonds. Take 72-year-old Frank, for example. He used to feel obligated to keep up with a large circle of friends, even when those friendships didn't add much value to his life. He would attend gatherings he didn't enjoy, have conversations that felt forced, and spend time with people who didn't truly know or appreciate him. But as he got older, he started focusing on the few relationships that felt real, meaningful, and enriching. Instead of trying to please everyone, he now spends his time with the people who genuinely care about him. And the result? He feels lighter, more at peace, and more fulfilled than ever before. When you choose quality over quantity, you start valuing authenticity over appearances. You no longer feel the need to force friendships that don't serve you or engage in meaningless small talk just to pass the time. Instead, you invest in the relationships that bring real joy, wisdom, and connection, whether that's family. You've built a strong bond with yourself. Some might see your preference for solitude as distancing yourself from others, but the truth is, you simply understand the difference between being surrounded by people and being truly connected to them. You don't need a packed schedule of social events to feel validated because you've reached a stage in life where genuine connections matter more than social expectations, and that's a sign of deep wisdom. Number 4, you enjoy lifelong learning and personal growth. One of the biggest misconceptions about aging is that personal growth slows down as you get older, but in reality, those who embrace solitude often continue to grow, learn, and evolve more than ever before. While some people rely on constant social interactions to stay entertained, those who prefer being alone often find deep fulfillment in exploring new ideas, learning new skills, and expanding their understanding of the world. Many wise seniors use their alone time to engage in meaningful activities, reading, writing, painting, playing an instrument, or even learning a new language. Rather than relying on others for entertainment, they develop their minds in ways that bring genuine satisfaction. This kind of intellectual curiosity is one of the strongest indicators of wisdom and longevity. Studies have shown that seniors who remain mentally active through learning and creative pursuits tend to maintain sharper cognitive function and a greater sense of purpose in life. Take 74-year-old Eleanor, for instance. After spending decades raising a family and working in a demanding career, she found herself with more free time than she had ever had before. Some people assumed she would fill that time by joining clubs or social groups, but instead, she discovered the joy of solitary learning. She started reading books on history and philosophy, took up painting, and even began writing down memories from her life. Instead of feeling bored or lonely, she found a renewed sense of excitement and purpose in her alone time. The ability to enjoy lifelong learning isn't just about staying mentally sharp, it's about keeping your mind open, engaged, and excited about life. Many people fall into the trap of thinking that by a certain age they've learned everything they need to know, but the wisest seniors understand that there is always something new to discover. Whether it's a different perspective, a skill you've never tried, or a deeper understanding of yourself. People who fear solitude often seek constant distraction, but those who embrace it understand that alone time is an opportunity, not a limitation. Instead of wasting time on shallow interactions, you use your solitude to build knowledge, challenge yourself, and deepen your appreciation for life. And that is a sign of true wisdom. If you're still watching this video and finding these insights valuable, please comment number 4 below to let me know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support helps us continue creating good content to inform and inspire you. Now, let's move forward. Number 5. You are comfortable with your own thoughts and emotions. Many people go through life avoiding solitude because they don't want to be alone with their own thoughts. They keep themselves busy, fill their schedules with distractions, and surround themselves with noise, anything to avoid sitting in silence with themselves. But those who embrace solitude in their later years have reached a rare and powerful level of emotional maturity. They are comfortable with who they are, at peace with their past, and unafraid of their own inner world. When you can sit alone without feeling restless or uncomfortable, it means you've developed a deep sense of self-acceptance. You no longer need external stimulation to feel whole. You don't rely on others to define your happiness. Instead, you have learned to appreciate stillness, reflection, and the quiet moments that allow you to connect with yourself. This kind of emotional independence is something that many people never achieve, and it's a clear sign of wisdom. Take 69-year-old Walter. In his younger years, he felt the need to constantly be around people, going to social events, keeping up with conversations, and always having something to do. But as he got older, he realized that much of his need for socializing came from a fear of facing his own thoughts. Once he started embracing solitude, he discovered something surprising. He actually enjoyed his own company. He used quiet moments to reflect on his life, appreciate how far he'd come, and even process old emotions that he had once buried under busyness. And with that came a sense of peace he had never known before. Being comfortable in solitude doesn't mean you never enjoy socializing. It means you don't need constant interaction to feel complete. You have reached a point where you can sit in stillness without feeling lonely, where you can reflect on life without feeling regret, and where you can appreciate each moment for what it is. Instead of running from silence, you embrace it as a space for growth, gratitude, and understanding. Many people spend their whole lives avoiding this kind of deep self-reflection, but those who reach this level of comfort with themselves have truly mastered one of the most important lessons in life. When you can be alone and feel completely at peace, it means you have found something that no amount of socializing can replace: true inner contentment. Final thoughts. Choosing to spend more time alone in your later years isn't a sign of loneliness. It's a sign of wisdom. It means you've reached a level of self-awareness and emotional strength that allows you to value peace, prioritize meaningful relationships, continue learning, and fully accept yourself. While some people may misunderstand your preference for solitude, you know that your alone time is not empty. It's filled with purpose, reflection, and personal growth. Not everyone reaches this stage of life with the same level of understanding. Some people still chase distractions, fearing silence and their own thoughts. But if you find joy in your own company, if you can sit alone and feel content, then you have unlocked one of the greatest gifts of aging, the ability to be truly at peace with yourself. What stood out to you the most? Which of these insights do you see in yourself? We'd love to hear from you, so leave a comment below and share one thing you learned today and how you plan to use it in your life. Your thoughts are important to us, so don't hesitate to share them. Reading your comments gives us great motivation and encouragement. If you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, please like, subscribe, and share. Your support helps us continue creating good content to inform and inspire you. Thanks for watching, and we look forward to seeing you in the next video.